people here sharing with you, bonding us together, the closest thing we got to hanging out in person. The next person coming up, we did hang out in person, him and his partner. Not sure if he was there at the time, Emmet, when I was speaking, but welcome to Talking Nachos. We want to hear with Emmet Scott and Dr. Craig Copeland.
Hey, Paul, it's so good to be with you.
Glad to have you. Tell us what you guys do in the dental space and how you help dentists.
Yeah, so what we realized is, with everybody trying to look for great practices to be a part of and so forth, you'd like this, Paul, it's like everyone's hair's on fire.
I like that.
Right? It's like,
I need that wig.
Right. Where is the best place to be an associate, or I'm looking at a practice to buy? So we thought it would be helpful, Dr. Copeland and I, to kind of share two things that we find. It's the 2 C's when looking for either an associateship or looking for a practice to buy. Number 1 is there good culture? And number 2 is review the contract. So, when we look at culture, we look for 3 things. Is there humility? Is there personal honesty and responsibility? And is there gratitude? We find that those things, and there's lots of ways, if you can have somebody dancing like that, who's the CEO, then definitely they've at least humiliated themselves. I don't know if that's humility or not.
I think those are good tips for any culture, but especially during a pandemic culture: humility, honesty, responsibility, especially gratitude. So at Community Dental Partners, Dr. Craig, what is your role there?
So I'm the Chief Dental Officer. Been doing that for about 3 or 4 years now.
And what's a day in the life like for a Chief Dental Officer?
So it's there's a lot of calls to docs. There's a lot of creating some vision for the docs, creating some materials for them to review, to get better in the daily life of helping their patients out.
Awesome. And how big is your guys' group that you guys are managing?
So we support over 60 locations around Texas. And Dr. Copeland is the one helping and supporting those doctors. And this is one of the events that he put together. We were one of the first, in fact, this year, we were the first and only dental group that went out to Honduras and helped kids there. Dr. Evans and Dr. Copeland put this together. So again, these are the things like around culture that I think number 1, and then you look at reviewing contracts. So one of the things Dr. Copeland's really big at is anytime he goes to a dental school, he helps them to figure out how to review contracts.
I love that. I mean, we on that's so critical. They leave a lot. When did you graduate from dental school, Dr. Craig?
2010 from University of Florida.
I didn't need any of this because I had all these extensive courses on business, patient communication, and not crying inside. No, I had none of those because we were too busy memorizing the Krebs cycle for the 19th time. So while I know dental school, people think I pick on dental school. It's not that. I know they try hard to do what they do well, but you do need more skills than memorizing the melting point of gold, which does not come in handy in private practice. So tell us, who should be reaching out to you guys to learn more about what they do? Dental associates, practice owners, multi-practice owners, everybody like that. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, Dr. Copeland, first of all, if you're interested in joining a company with great culture, having fun, able to develop out your skills, autonomy, then Community Dental Partners, we would love to hear from you. If you've got a group and you're looking to get more support on that group and you're realizing, okay, I'm getting above my head, then that's something that we can support on as well.
Awesome. So you basically, much like the Nacho plate, you help dentists at all different ages and stages of their career. Dr. Craig, I don't think you need a wig for your head. I think you need one for your cell phone, because if you are in charge of all those dentists, I have a feeling you get quite a few text messages a day or emails of, what's going on in these practices. I think it's great that you do that.
I do. We do have a lot of support, though. We've got a lot of support at Community Dental Partners to help our doctors get to the next level. They do a great job of supporting the docs.
I mean, I don't know if he's on here yet or not, who's speaking, Dr. Todd Fleischman tonight, but my whole job is to embarrass him as much as possible throughout the show. But he's such a kind person that when he's taught for the boost camp, he actually walked one of our boost campers through cementing a veneer in his office in another place because he just didn't have anyone to call. So I think what you guys have created is being able to call someone, text someone, reach out to someone with a business problem, a clinical problem, is so priceless. I don't think dental students realize, and maybe you do, how isolating it can be once you leave dental school And it's just a challenge out there. And I think what you guys are doing is helping solve this cave problem I talk about. My good friend Eric Cornelius said dentists work in caves. Might have been the event we were at, Emmett, when Mark Costas was on stage and said dentists are on an island and we're sitting having a glass of wine. He said it's worse than an island. It's more like a cave. And that really hit home for me because it's hard to know what's going on outside your own cave.
Well, we ended up creating a podcast for all dentists called DSO Secrets. So everybody wants to figure out what are those things. They can come over on the Facebook site as well and ask questions, pick people's brains, because you're right, it can be very lonely as you're trying to navigate all of these things. And we think everything goes better with community and with support.
I love that message. And really, this is a whole platform here. What we're doing is to bring fun things to dentists, bring more awareness, and just JFO, just find out. Oh, I like that. You got another set there.
I just think you just start playing cool, you know, you're not hair on fire anymore, right? You just start playing it cool.
I'm going to send you some crew for that wig, as I was talking about before. So if people are listening and watching, how can they reach out to you guys to learn more about what you guys do?
Yeah, so we would love for them. They can text us at 940-222-5005. They can come to communitydentalpartners.com. And again, come over to the podcast or to the Facebook site. We're just looking to give them any material, you know, as you saw, if they're trying to figure out all these contracts and this guy said he paid me this percent, but what percent of what? We've got a tool where they can analyze all of that and really see apples to apples. That's just something we give out to the community.
I mean, I think everything in life, I have a 6 and a 2-year-old live in my house. It's, you know, and Craig, you know, is this normal, right? Is what's going on normal? Someone just messaged me about it was about their DSO managing director. Is this normal, Paul? I didn't actually even know the answer. I could refer to you, but I just think if we have more people who can help dentists say, is this normal? Is this right? We're going to just create a better dentisting world. And I appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate your community that you created as well.
Thanks, guys. Stick around for the show. It's going to be awesome starting soon. Todd and Phil are amazing dentists. Hear from their patient. If you have dentists that are hanging out, Craig, in your phone, text them the link, put it in the chat, and tell them to watch in. Thanks so much, guys.